Hey everyone, Heather here, your YouTube coach, and today I want to talk about starting a second YouTube channel and whether that's a good idea or not. Maybe you've been on YouTube for a while and you've come up with this new theme of content that doesn't necessarily align with the content on your main channel, so you're thinking about starting a second one. Or maybe you just want to try something completely different, like you have a tutorial channel but you want to start vlogging. As your YouTube coach, my advice to you is no, do not start a second YouTube channel. But full disclosure, I myself have 2 YouTube channels. There's no right or wrong here, but I also don't want you to waste your time. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about 5 things to consider before you start a second YouTube channel. Number 1, double the results, double the work. It is hard work to build one YouTube channel, dude, and you basically have to do all of this times 2 for a second YouTube channel. For you to have 2 YouTube channels, in my opinion, is really just spreading yourself thin, especially if you're still trying to find traction on your main YouTube channel. I say that if you have any extra time, effort, money even, anything, extra resources to invest, put it towards your main channel instead of spreading yourself thin and trying to start this other thing from scratch. Number 2, what is your brand vision? Obviously, I'm all about branding, you guys know this, but I think it's super important, especially if you're trying to build a YouTube channel, to consider what your end goal is or what you envision for your brand once you do have the clout or the 100,000 subscribers or the million subscribers, or once you cross that finish line, what does everything look like at the end? If you have 2 separate YouTube channels, say you love to bake cookies and your channel is all about making different kinds of cookies and baking cookies and baking and stuff like that, but you decide to start a second YouTube channel because you're also super into gardening and you're going to talk about like how to build a home garden, how to, pick soil, whatever gardening people do. I clearly am not a green gardening person. But say that you manage to grow both of these channels where you have an audience for both, right? But think about your overall brand. What would your brand be? It would be really hard for someone to introduce you because really by having 2 separate brands, you have 2 separate channels, you have 2 separate audiences, you have people who don't care about baking or cookies at all. Who are these people? And then you have people who just love desserts and do not care at all about gardening. I think at the end of the day, you really want to be known for one thing. That doesn't mean that you can't necessarily branch out later. And obviously gardening and baking are completely separate. So that brings me to my next point, number 3. Would this second channel complement your main channel? If you think of the most successful YouTubers, I think we know them for their main channel, but a lot of them do have secondary channels, but the secondary channels that they have really are there for their current existing main audience as kind of a behind the scenes or exclusive content. So the second audience on the second channel are really just made up of the primary audience. People who are not already interested in this creator or this brand are not watching the second channel. There's already a vested interest because they're subscribed to the main channel, which is why they're subscribed to the second channel. It's really there to kind of just serve as a way to cultivate the existing fan base, to give them more access to the creator and to give them more content because they love this creator so much. If really big YouTubers have 2 separate channels that are completely unrelated to each other, really it's because they're at the point that they have the bandwidth to run 2 separate channels. They have a production team, they have the budget for it. I mean, this is their full-time thing. They can do that. Number 4, what is the purpose of this second channel? So going back to how I have 2 YouTube channels. On this channel, obviously I'm your YouTube coach. My goal is to help people share their stories and spark their potential on YouTube because that is what I have dedicated my life to doing as an entrepreneur. But I started out primarily as a vlogger who was documenting my entrepreneurial journey. So if anybody were to discover me on this tutorial channel and wanted to ask, hey, you're teaching me about YouTube, where's your YouTube channel? I could be like, no worries, here it is. I've been vlogging since April 2016. I've made over 500 videos, vlogs, live streams. I've tried it all because I wanted to not only document my own journey, but really practice what I preach, learn more about the platform that I'm teaching other people about. So I think I'm a unique experience because my vlog channel is really like my ongoing journey on making me a better YouTube coach. And if I think about my brand vision and my purposes for the two separate channels, you know, my end goal is to grow this channel, is to really position myself and help as many people as I can to start and grow their YouTube channels. And I am very clear in my mind that if I wanted to grow one audience or one YouTube channel, it is this one. It would just be weird if I all of a sudden started uploading a bunch of vlogs on this channel, right? I think that people who are subscribed to this channel are here for a reason, and I don't want to distract them from that reason and from the resources that they're looking for and they're expecting because they're subscribed. And that's the thing about branding, right? Because at the end of the day, you can't 100% directly control your brand because it's in the hands of your viewers and your subscribers and your audience. You could do your best to tell them that this is who you are and what you're an expert in and what your channel is about and stuff like that, but your content is going to speak for itself. You can say one thing, but if your content is about 1,000 other things, then it's going to be really hard for your audience to piece together what your channel is about. The other thing to consider is like, YouTube is as an art, right? Like, making videos is an art. Even if you're taking it super seriously, you're trying to, you know, convert this into a stream of income and stuff like that, it's still an art. You're creating something from nothing. And you're gonna hit a point, if you haven't hit it already, where you're gonna get discouraged and you're gonna feel like, is this even worth it? You're gonna hit that slump because that's just what happens with every creative endeavor. So if you want to create a second YouTube channel as a creative outlet that is not related to like, oh my gosh, I have to grow this channel, I have to do my best, I have to create the best content and put in all this work. You're just creating this fun video where there's no pressure at all and you're just uploading it because you don't know where else to put it. Hey, that's a valid reason to have a second channel. But also with that kind of channel, there isn't that pressure to grow it, right? So you just have to be really clear about your goals in terms of, I think that most people only have the bandwidth to truly grow and double down on one channel. And lastly, number 5, level up your current channel. Going off of feeling that like slump and feeling discouraged, and that's why this idea of a second channel is so enticing to you. I can't tell you how many second channels I've started. I mean, I understand how you might be feeling, but if you have that itch to try something new, then try something new with your current channel. Get a new camera, change your editing program, try a different style or delivery or format of your videos or of how you script things. I remember for my first 19 vlogs, they were just talking head videos like this, where I was vlogging my life and talking about my journey, but I was just sitting in a chair in my apartment. And I think it was around the time that I discovered Casey Neistat, and I saw how he was vlogging, and I was like, that's so cool. Is there a way that I can incorporate that style into documenting my own personal story? So vlog number 19, for the first time, I took my camera out into the big real world and said what I would normally say as I was sitting at my desk, but this time I walked around my city. I used to live in Long Beach, California, which is a beach city, obviously, and there's like shops and the beach boardwalk, and it's beautiful weather, and there's sand and ocean, and it's like super gorgeous there. And I would have taken that walk anyway. I would have done that anyway. I like to walk around in my city because everything was walkable. So that's how I decided to do something new and kind of scratch that like creative itch, but still contribute to my main channel. And really, that changed absolutely everything about my delivery and like how I envisioned my channel, because I saw this whole different way to communicate using the same medium I had been using for the first 18, 19 videos. So say if you're just starting out, say you have like 50 subscribers, I think you still have the wiggle room to try different things and to grow and to experiment and to pivot. I think you still have that because most of your audience hasn't found you yet. So use this time to try different things and explore different techniques for your storytelling and how you're going to create your videos. Don't be discouraged. I know how enticing it can be to want to start a second YouTube channel, especially if you've been putting all this work and time into your main channel. It feels like it's not going anywhere, but see what you can do to kind of change things up, switch things up, inject new life into your current channel so that you can still feel excited about it. And if you're still considering whether you should start a second channel and you've watched all the way towards the end of this video, then I challenge you this, okay? Get your main channel to 10,000 subscribers first, and then revisit this idea of starting a YouTube channel, because by then you'll have a solid brand, you have a loyal audience, you've put in the work, you've created a bunch of content to get to that point. When you ask yourself this question about should I start a second channel, you're coming at it from the perspective of, should I create something to enhance my brand? It's kind of like if you're a business and you've gotten to a certain point, so you're going to start thinking about whether you should add a new product or service to really give to the same audience. You'll have found your footing, you'll know what resonates with your audience, you'll be a lot sure of yourself in terms of like what you want to be known for, your brand vision, your goals, what you're trying to achieve. You'll have so much more data to actually make decisions like this, because it's going to be different for everyone, and you really need your own data to be able to make the most practical decision for your own journey. And speaking of leveling up your channel, if you haven't yet optimized your channel, check out this video here. It's a tutorial on how to set up your YouTube channel, but most of this video is about how to optimize your channel for search discovery so that you can get more views and more subscribers. I'll see you in that video. Catch you guys later. Bye.